The financial services sector in Scotland has underpinned the economy for generations. In the past decade, it has gone through a transformation, with the pace of change most recently being forced by the financial crisis, which started 4 years ago. The jobs that only came here 10 to 15 years ago have largely all gone.
No, they're not. I think what we see is a real evolution from lower cost, lower cost roles really that have come into the country now don't exist here anymore because companies are under continual pressure on cost, and so they're looking at where else they can do this more efficiently. Where Scotland's benefited is that we've actually moved up the scale in terms of complexity, very much around client handling, and being able to service a very, very broad geography. So Scotland's ideally placed really because of its skills, because of the physical location. We're close to London, we can service Europe, we can speak to India, we can speak to America, and it's also at some cost advantage to some of the big financial centres. So there's a number of things play into our strengths. Fundamentally, the shift has been from lower cost operations through to higher sophistication roles.
He believes that what has let the Scottish sector retain its global position is the sheer volume of organisations in the financial cluster.
And that, I suppose, has had it's an advantage in a couple of ways, in that if companies are moving in with a new operation, then they see potential leadership within competitors, which I suppose is, in some eyes, a bad thing. I think it's probably quite a good thing, but you also have this very, very strong flow of school leavers, college leavers and graduates coming through as well. So not only is there a cluster effect from a staffing point of view, there's also that expertise as well. And a lot of what we do is bringing the industry together. So looking at operational forums and different things like that we'll run, it's trying to look at how do we solve things as a sector? How do we address some of the big challenges that are coming by putting our heads together and putting competition to one side? And where it doesn't make sense to do that, companies won't do it. But where they can get together on sort of shared issues such as regulation, new products, perhaps things that are happening in the financial markets, then they'll get together and do that.
He says that Scotland's schools and colleges are at last grasping the nettle and producing the kind of graduates the sector badly needs if it's to grow into the future.